it was a day to forget. The only good thing about it is that I've seen that Freo got flogged by 20 goals too, so it makes me feel a lot better. So it happens in all grades of footy. So it was just a disappointing day, but the really good result that we had 19 players playing today that can play Colts next year. So the club's in a really good position. The more experience, regardless if we win or lose, is going to put us in good stead for next year. And we're starting to get a good mix of players, and we've got some really good talent coming through. So today was just one of those days where you bury it and move on and bounce back next week, so we can still finish off on a good note against Claremont. We had another first gamer today, Jackson Slater. He's a player, PSA player, plays for Guildford. So it's another good one. I think it's about 18 or 19 players that have played the first games this year, which is outstanding. We had 5 players today. I know it was very difficult to do that, but I thought we did try and patches these players, and so I think they deserve a mention. Our 5th best player, the Subway voucher, goes to a 16-year-old who represented the state. I think it's his 3rd game. He was a bit quiet first half, but I think he bounced back in the second half and took some really good contested marks, kicked the goal, and just really showed us what he could do. But we need him to start putting full courts together. Hopefully we can do that next year, and that goes to Chris Warrell. Fourth best player is the Stony Hair voucher. He's another PSA boy. We've only had him a couple of times. I think he's got some really good skill, and he'll be really important to us next year. He had a really good 3rd quarter. I said that most of these players only had a couple of quarters. They kicked 12 goals to zilch in the 2nd quarter. Really blew us apart throughout the day. But he was pretty good in the 3rd quarter, and really didn't drop his head. He was a high position getter with 17. That goes to Julian Locantro. Third best player is a player who's come back from a ruptured pancreas, missed 15 weeks of that, and he's played 3 or 4 games back now. Really put us in a good position to win the game, win the first quarter. He kicked a couple of goals in that first quarter, but we didn't look like kicking another goal after that. We had to move him to centre half back and contain one of their key forwards who were getting hold of us. But yeah, he's a real good talent. Hopefully we've got many more years of him to play some good football. East Football Club, and that goes to Steve Wityk. Sienna's voucher, mate. The $20 cash from our president, Bronte Howson, goes to a player who's been consistent all year, probably one of our most consistent players. I don't think he's missed a game this year. Had a bit of a dry patch there for about 3 or 4 weeks, but he's bounced back and he never gave up trying today, given the fact we did get smashed all over the ground. But yeah, he's a good talent, and usually got a hard beat himself. He's a pleasure to coach, and that's Boston Williamson. Last but not least, he's another state 16 player. I think he's played 4 games and got best on ground 2 or 3 times, which is outstanding for a young kid to come in and do that. So I think he's getting paid $50 a game these days. And that's a new sponsor of ours from the Candelo Steel City. And he's a real talent. I don't think we're going to see much of him next year. And he kicked a couple of goals, had 16 touches today. And for the size of him, he just keeps on keeping on, and he's got some good skill, blistering pace, and he does finish off kicking goals, and that goes to Shaq McKenzie.
Thanks to the sponsor, Candelo City. As Boy just said, we had a bad day today. We just got to bury it and come back next week. Have a win against Claremont. Congratulations to the reserves and Colts for their win. And
Thanks, Bronny, and one more game to go against Claremont next week. Watching the reserves today, and I know that Hynes had his back against the wall. If he lost today, things were getting a bit nasty, and I suppose they can still get nasty, but came back in the last quarter and just held on to get up, and congratulations. You'll find that's the pile of plate now in the next one. And that's where we are. David Hynes.
Thanks, Marbles. Yes,
the effort was really good today with the reserves players. We've got a lot of tidying up to do, but the effort was outstanding. I think our team rating early in the first half was really high again, and it had been low for a while, and they might have blew themselves up a little bit. Tidy up our skill areas and all those sorts of things, but we had a much better side in, and their effort was really good. So we're certainly building and guaranteed for finals now. So we'll just look forward to the challenge next week against Claremont. In terms of our better players, today, love this little bloke. He's been down in the dumps for a while. He's been a bit miserable, and his footy's been pretty miserable. But he bounced back today, and it's great to see Harlee fry.
Harlee?
If you want any cars fixed up, I just know there's a panel beater today, so it could be your man. Another player who's, he finds himself, he puts himself in a lot of positions, this kid, and he teases you. Sometimes he makes you want to growl at him. Sometimes you just get excited about him. And one thing that he does, and he's got a lot of things to fix up to be a real top liner, and he's well capable of being a top liner if he wants to be. But he plays his heart out, and his energy and effervescence around the grounds is as good as you get. And his energy in today's game is terrific. That's Delborerello. Our second best player was he was known this bloke a long time as a footballer, coached him many years ago, and he was the same then. He's a diesel, he's a workhorse, he's just always ploughing away. And the finish side of his game is an area that's probably always been a bit of an issue, and I'm sure it's as frustrating for him as it can be for others at time, but you can never falter his effort, his work rate, his physicality, and everything that he does pushing forward. He rolled his ankle before the game started today. We thought we were going to play with 21 men. But once he went into Bro's little bag there, Big Brother pulled out the big magic pills and got him up. So I'm sure they were Nurofen. But well done, great game, Benny Noakes. The best player today, again, is a guy that's really been pushing on, and his footy's been outstanding this year, and he's really on the threshold of playing seniors quite a few times this year. Today he was easily our best player. He played a terrific game of footy across half back, and just really impressive. So well done, Jake Lalich.
Thanks to Estonian Subway, thanks to Burswood Golf. Well done to the league side today, and Deepsy on playing his first game. It's well deserved. We're in a pretty good position, and hopefully we can give this finals series a real shake. So thanks.
Thanks, David, and good luck next week against Claremont.